New York City, often called the city that never sleeps, is famous for its nightlife, towering skyscrapers, and historic landmarks. Yet, beneath its hustle and bustle lies a darker side. With centuries of history, NYC has witnessed wars, tragedies, and mysteries, giving rise to tales of haunted places, ghostly apparitions, and supernatural occurrences. Today, we will be diving in to haunted New York City, so turn off the lights, sit back, and join us, shall you? The Dakota Building, located on Manhattan's Upper West Side, is one of NYC's most famous haunted locations. Designed by Henry J. Hardenberg and completed in 1884, this luxurious apartment building has long been a hotspot for paranormal events. Its neo-Gothic architecture adds to its eerie atmosphere. John Lennon's ghost is one of the most famous apparitions at the Dakota. The legendary musician lived here with his wife, Yoko Ono, and was tragically shot outside the building in 1980. Numerous reports claim Lennon's spirit wanders the halls, particularly near the entrance where he was killed. Yoko Ono herself has claimed to have seen John's ghost, saying he appeared to her in their apartment, sitting at the piano and assuring her, "Don't be afraid, I'm still with you." Long before Lennon's death, the Dakota had its share of strange stories. One persistent ghostly apparition is that of a young woman seen weeping in the halls, known as the Crying Woman. Her presence has been reported by various residents over the decades, believed to be a former tenant who suffered a great tragedy, though her identity remains a mystery. Another common sighting is of a small boy with curly hair wearing early 20th century clothing. He has been spotted by several residents and visitors, particularly around the basement and lower floors. Those who have seen him describe him as friendly, yet his sudden appearances are chilling. The Merchant's House Museum on East 4th Street is a beautifully preserved 19th century home once inhabited by the Treadwell family. Now famous for its paranormal activity, the house exists in a sort of time warp, with numerous ghostly encounters reported within its walls. Gertrude Treadwell, the last surviving member of the Treadwell family, lived here until her death in 1933. Visitors and staff have reported seeing her ghostly figure wandering the house, particularly on the stairs and in her bedroom, often accompanied by a sudden chill and feeling of being watched. Paranormal activity at the Merchant's House Museum includes unexplained footsteps, doors opening and closing by themselves, and the sound of furniture moving, even when the house is empty. Some visitors have even heard the faint sound of a piano playing with no one in the room. The house's authentic preservation contributes to its eerie atmosphere, leading some to conclude it is one of NYC's most haunted locations. Whether or not you believe in ghosts, the chilling feeling that something otherworldly resides here is hard to deny. Washington Square Park is one of NYC's most iconic public spaces, but has a dark history. Before it became a public park, the area served as a burial ground for thousands, many of whose graves remain undisturbed beneath the park, leading to numerous ghost stories. In the late 18th century, Washington Square Park was a potter's field, a public burial ground for those who couldn't afford private funerals. Over 20,000 bodies are believed to be buried beneath the park, and construction projects often uncover bones and human remains. One famous feature of Washington Square Park is the large elm tree known as the Hanging Tree. According to legend, this tree was used for public executions in the early 19th century. Although historical records don't fully support this, the legend persists, and many believe the tree is haunted. Visitors have reported seeing shadowy figures near the tree at night, while others experience an overwhelming sense of dread when passing by. The iconic Washington Square Arch is said to be haunted by a mysterious figure dressed in 19th century clothing. This ghostly apparition has been seen by multiple witnesses, often late at night, standing silently near the arch before vanishing. Some believe the figure is connected to the park's history as a burial ground, while others speculate it's the spirit of a historical figure. The Algonquin Hotel in Midtown Manhattan is known for its rich history and association with the famous Algonquin Round Table, a group of writers, actors, and critics from the 1920s. But the hotel is also said to be haunted by the spirits of some of its former guests. Dorothy Parker, a famous member of the Algonquin Round Table, is said to haunt the hotel. Guests and staff have reported seeing a woman resembling Parker, dressed in period clothing, sitting at the bar or wandering the halls, often accompanied by the smell of cigarette smoke. Other members of the Algonquin Round Table are also said to haunt the hotel. Guests have reported seeing apparitions of men in suits, often in the lobby or near the round table, sometimes hearing disembodied voices and laughter. The Algonquin Hotel's long history and association with famous writers and artists have led some to believe the building has absorbed some of the creative energy. Many guests feel a strange sense of nostalgia and déjà vu, as if stepping back in time. Morris-Jumel Mansion in Washington Heights is the oldest surviving house in Manhattan, built in 1765. It served as a headquarters for both British and American forces during the Revolutionary War and is known for its paranormal activity. Eliza Jumel, who lived in the mansion in the early 19th century, is said to be one of the most active spirits. Visitors and staff have reported seeing Eliza's ghost dressed in a purple gown, wandering the halls, tapping on walls, or appearing in mirrors. The mansion is also said to be haunted by Revolutionary War soldiers. Visitors have reported seeing apparitions of men in military uniforms, hearing marching footsteps, or the distant echo of musket fire. Numerous unexplained occurrences at the Morris-Jumel Mansion include lights flickering on and off, objects mysteriously moving, and sudden drops in temperature. Visitors often feel a sense of being watched, even when alone in the house. The new Amsterdam Theater on Broadway is known for its paranormal activity, particularly the ghost of former Ziegfeld Follies performer Olive Thomas. She died in 1920 after ingesting mercury pills, and her spirit is said to have never left the theater. Olive Thomas's ghost is described as holding a blue bottle similar to the one that caused her death. Performers and staff have seen her in the theater's corridors or on stage, often accompanied by a faint floral scent. Many performers consider Olive's ghost a good omen, despite her unsettling appearances. Some have reported hearing her voice or feeling a gentle touch, only to find no one there. Saying "Goodnight, Olive" before leaving the theater keeps her spirit content. New York City's haunted history is as rich and varied as the city itself. From the luxury of the Dakota to the eerie quiet of the Merchant's House Museum, from the dark history buried beneath Washington Square Park to the ghostly inhabitants of the New Amsterdam Theater. Next time you walk down a quiet street at night or pass by one of these haunted landmarks, you might wonder if the city's ghosts are watching. In a place as old and storied as New York, who's to say that the past is truly gone? Thanks for watching. Make sure to like the video, subscribe, and ring that notification bell for more creepy true tales. Until next time, my friends.